So previously we used this unpacking shorter syntax or idiomatic syntax to convert a single list item we had on the right hand side to a single variable over here. So what that basically did was we had a list date type and it converted it into an actual date type that matplotlib used, which is line 2D. So you can see here we did it the old fashioned way, or the traditional method, which is we stored the list here. So line list over here is a list. And then what we did is we used the traditional method to get the first item. Now, since there is only one item in the line list, the position is 0 based. So the first item is selected. But what happens when you have multiple items? So see here, lines, which comes from over here. So this over here has multiple items in it. And you can see here, the lines here has 3 items inside it. And those 3 items are one over here, and then they're separated by a comma. This is the second item, and this is the third item over here. We can't see it on the screen, as we will need to, if I just hover over, you can see actually the third item in the tooltip. So you might be thinking, could I use this syntax, idiomatic short syntax, to extract one of these items out? The answer is no. So you cannot use this syntax, for example, like this. If you try and do it, you can see it doesn't have any errors at the minute, but if you try to run this code over here, you will now get an error. So you can see there's been a problem. And if we have a look at the error, it says value error, too many values to unpack, expected 1. So it can only unpack if you had one item. So if we were to take out these additional items over here, so get rid of them, then this syntax will work. So if I were to run this again, you can see that it succeeded. Here there is no issues. So if we have a look at the variables, you can see even the line variable now works and it's converted it to a 2D item. But if you have multiple items here like this, then this will not work. Instead, what you will need to do is use the traditional method, which is like this one. So we'll just take that and paste it over here. And what we can do is we can say this comes from lines and select the second item, which will be in position 1, and we'll call this line 3. And if we run this code over here, you can see that line 3 is actually the 2D line object as well, which we extracted using the traditional method. So you cannot use a comma syntax over here. Instead, you must use the traditional method. Otherwise, you will receive an error if you try to do this. So if you do try to do a comma, then it will say they cannot do it. This is because the shorter syntax only expects one list item on this side of the equal sign.